it's about goddamn time. Like this needed to happen
Yeah,
for
let's take the kids' gloves off as much as I'm excited about it.
yeah, it's about time. This needed to happen a while ago. It was great that it happened, but that's my initial thought. Seeing it happen, obviously the fan reaction was just incredible. But thank you for finally doing it so that we can. It's out of the way for everybody.
Yeah, like, what if it's like Furcon, where we're saying he needed to hit that game winner against Portland to unlock his shooting potential degree? What if Ben's just like, all right, I'm gonna go sit in the corner whenever we have a secondary ball handler and Jay Rich out there and just pop him. His form looked good.
Yeah,
A lot of times his form doesn't look great. Not that I'm a shot doctor in any
neither one of
regard.
us are shot
No,
doctors.
no. So
Otherwise,
I'm
I'd
not gonna.
be posting Instagram videos of my clients that I'm
Yeah, I mean,
training.
I just want to make not. I don't want to pretend I'm this scout mess or anything, but from a general perspective, it seems good.
Yeah, I mean, to me, obviously, him making it is part of why it was such a huge reaction.
If he misses it, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, right. But the fact that I think what was really important about that opening quarter, not just that play, was the Knicks come out, and once Mitchell Robinson came into the game, they started throwing some zone looks at Philly. And so when that happens, Ben standing in the dunker spot is even more useless than it would be otherwise. And so he's
Which isn't
forced
saying a
into
lot.
right, obviously. But so he's forced into a spot where obviously he hasn't spent much time on the perimeter, and he kept going there. It wasn't just that one shot, it was him trying to space the floor and making a real concerted effort to do that. And that's a reflection of stuff that the coaching staff has been telling him. That's stuff that he's been working on. And so that, if nothing else, that was a positive step in the right direction.
I like this little cocky jog back after immediately he shot it. Like he didn't follow his shot, didn't look for a rebound, just kind of knew it went in and played it like he'd been there before.
He's such a perplexing guy in that
But
way.
I mean, that's totally a Ben move, and
Yeah.
I liked it. It was fine.
I do, but at the same time, once he gets asked about it after the game, it's like
What did he say?
he was very short, and that's very classic Ben. I think the answers that he gives on his jumper compared to everything else are just absolutely abysmal. It's just like, yeah, it felt good to do that. Like, just really basic,
Yeah, but you don't also want him to be
quotes.
like, "Oh my god, this is like I'm so happy to get the
No.
monkey off my back." Like this is like the turning. Like just like act like this is what he should have been doing to begin with, attempting 3-pointers. Given that he is
Yes.
a perimeter-oriented player in the NBA, so I'm happy he's taking it. I don't know if in stride's the right word, but just acting normal. It
No,
should
but
be
so
the reaction isn't normal, but it should be a normal occurrence.
the difference, all I'm saying is that when he gives answers on playing defense, for example, his engagement level
He
with
was
those
great
other
on D tonight.
questions is way higher. Yeah, we'll get to that in a sec. But when he answers those questions, he's a lot more engaging and thoughtful, and he's very capable of that. It's not like Ben is this like dumb rockhead, meathead athlete that doesn't have things to say. And I think that has been sort of the challenge here. Is like I would love to have like actual conversations and dialogue with him about this. But I think, and this is not exclusive to him, this is sort of a symptom of where we are as a culture, is when people hear criticism and they hear people talking about what their weaknesses are, they tend to just see everybody the same instead of the people who want to talk about it with nuance and the people who just want to say, shoot a three, you coward. And so I would love to do like a deep dive with him on things like that. I'm sure lots of other media members would, but if that's how he wants to go about it, as long as he's happy with that and he keeps making progress with the shot, it ultimately doesn't really matter. I think obviously the fans don't really care about what he says about the shot as long as he's taking and making them.
What was your immediate reaction? What was the reaction on press row? Obviously, people aren't cheering and shit like that over there, but just what was the Derek Bodner scream and yell?
Well, I sit.
You know he's a very animated fellow.
Oh yeah. Well, I sit on like the opposite end of our row from.
Yeah, who are you
Bodner.
sitting with? Who's your crew?
So normally I sit next to Keith Pompey of the Inquirer and Jack McCaffrey of the
Meeting at
Delco
the Mensa.
Times. Neither one of them was there tonight. to the shock of all shocks, we're not there for the event of the millennium for the Sixers.
Yeah, Jack didn't record it on his little tape deck 4-track player.
Not quite little, but yes, it was.
Yes, definitely not little.
But so I'm sitting next to Mark Narducci from the Inquirer, and I think everybody was just like, I saw him in the corner, and I was like, he's just gonna do what he always does. Then you see him, it was just instantaneous. He caught it, he rises up and he shoots like he's a normal shooting basketball player, and I just did the like eyebrow raise and was a little aghast, and then it goes in, and even if I had made a noise, I don't think you would have heard it because that arena just went absolutely ballistic. Were you watching that at home, or where were you at tonight?
I was watching at home. I have season tickets. I've said that a few times in the pod. Just want to make
no big deal to you.
No, never. But a lot of times I'll sell some of the weekday games just because it's a hassle with work, and then also just to recoup some of the other financial obligations, especially with a team like the Knicks, where there are a lot of New York transplants here who, regardless of how well the Knicks are playing, they'll sell pretty well in Knicks games. So I was like, what the hell? I'll just sell them, chill at home, relax. And then that happens. I'm like, of course, all the shitty games I've gone to in my life, and I've like sold the tickets for this. Like, I'd rather have my, $60 back.